Situated in the heart of Northamptonshire countryside, Silverstone is one of the most unique circuits on the calendar today. Formerly an RAF airfield during the Second World War, it became a racing circuit in the late 1940s, switching to the perimeter track that we are using today in 1949 instead of the runway themselves. Today's race comes after an exciting race at the French Grand Prix last week, and the result at Rams sees the top 3 drivers in the championship separated by only 1 point, with Sebastian Vettel at the top with 19 points, with Palmer and Raikkonen behind him, both with 18 points. However, the starting grid today will be beneficial to Sebastian Vettel very nicely, as he starts on pole and can potentially double his lead in the championship. Next to him is Lewis Hamilton, who starts in his highest ever start in P2 and will be as eager to get the win as Hamilton hasn't won in the historic F1 series yet. And not to mention, this is a home Grand Prix for Lewis Hamilton, and what a story that would be if he could steal the win. As the starting grid format is 3 cars in line per row, pole doesn't guarantee you an advantage, with Vettel, Hamilton and Emerson Fittipaldi all sharing the start line. On row 2 we see Fangio in P4, who achieved an incredible recovery after his retirement at Argentina, and next to him is another home hero, Jim Clark. On row 3 we can find the other 2 championship contenders, Kimi Raikkonen and Jack Palmer, in P8 and P9 respectively. They will both be very eager to get back into the points. Michael Schumacher enjoyed his best race yet in France and starts in P10 here today. Ayrton Senna, who lost out on the chance to score points in the first time last week, starts P13 today. Graham Hill's awful start to the season continues and he starts in P18, and right at the back is Alberto Ascari, who is remarkably the only retirement last week. The championship is definitely in hot territory now, and anything can happen in the next half hour. The weather looks terrible for the race though, so it could potentially set up for another exciting Grand Prix, where 7 drivers call this their home Grand Prix. So with all that being said and 12 laps ahead of us, let's head down to the grid for today, the 1954 British Grand Prix. Right then guys, here we are on the grid, and it's raining once again, if you didn't know. This will probably be the wettest race of the season. If you go on the Wikipedia page, it said it was heavy rain. So we pretty much, this is the heaviest we can get, almost. And I think this is make or break for me in the season. We've obviously started P9 today. Despite the fact we're second in the championship, this doesn't mean anything. If I don't score points today, you could probably say that my championship will be over. But that's the thing I didn't realise at France, at the end of the race in France, as you can see, we are 3 in line. So it's all about the start. Obviously with my ballast and everything. My ballast was actually wrong at the last race. I actually had it at 35 instead of what was actually 25, which is a bit annoying. But it was annoying because I could have done a little bit more, but oh well. We're here at Silverstone, my home Grand Prix, and one I really want to do well in. And obviously the rain doesn't make it any easier, it makes it so much harder than what it is, what it was supposed to be. And as you can see, all the water just dripping down on the wheel in front of me, and the whole cockpit is just soaking wet. See all the puddles everywhere. And as you can see, there's Kimi Raikkonen, who I'm sharing in second, tied with points at the moment, and just next to him is Jackie Stewart, and there's the rest of the grid behind me. So I'm a little bit nervous for this one. 12 laps, so it's going to feel like it's a longer race than it was in France last week, and of course Sebastian Vettel can extend his lead at the top of the championship, but obviously Lewis Hamilton is next to him. If he can get his first win here at Silverstone, that would be somewhat incredible, and definitely will blow the championship wide open, I think. But we'll have to see what happens here at Silverstone today. A much different looking Silverstone to what many of you are probably used to, as this is the 1967 version, which pretty much looks exactly the same as what it did in 1954. So I think, let's get this underway. Let's go. Okay then, here we go. British Grand Prix, 12 laps ahead of us. The flag's about to go green, and away we go. Lots of wheel spin there. Had to really control the throttle just to get off the line. Okay, we've dropped down a little bit, but it's fine. And so far, no contact. So we'll try and get through Copse Corner as safely as possible. It's very treacherous here. I could feel the car just crashed just there, managed to avoid it. I want to get past this guy, but I can't. This is Beckett's, named after a nearby pub, I believe. Thomas A. Beckett, he's almost running wide. This is possibly Jim Clark or Fangio. And it looks like Emerson Fittipaldi has already taken the lead. Excuse me. To really avoid an accident or any kind of contact with any driver if I am to potentially score points today. We're already in P6, so we're just a place away. I want to go on the inside here. I always go on the inside of these corners for some reason. Obviously it seems like the rest of the drivers all go on the outside. Get a good launch here, potentially overtake, get into P5 side by side. We brake heavy. We're already in P5. So it's a good start, very good start. But I'm sure the other drivers will be very eager to get past me again. And as you can see, Jim Clark or Fangio is already trying to get back into P5. You can just about see my mirror. And Emerson Fittipaldi still leading. So slippery. So we complete the first lap and we are still intact. Sebastian Vettel is in front. He's in P4, Fangio's behind me. So, what does that mean for the championship? I'm not too sure right now off the top of my head. We'll have to find out at the end. But Sebastian Vettel is in P4 and I'm behind him. As you can see, in the lead, my teammate Emerson Fittipaldi. Can we get past Sebastian Vettel? Probably not. Not right now. Fangio and Clark still tied behind me. Ugh, so slippy. Now. Looks like maybe Hamilton's still challenging Fittipaldi for the lead. Got a car right behind me, I can just about hear him with all this rain. So the rain in this game is really low. I've got the rain volume down to 2% and it's still really loud. What would be cool if it all appeared on my visor, so then my vision's even more impaired. So we're definitely keeping pace with Vettel in front. In P4 he would only receive 2 points, whilst I will be receiving just the 1 for now. Anything could happen. I think I hit one of those bollards there. So Fernando Alonso's behind me. I can't see him worryingly. I don't know where he is. Oh. Yeah, I got my braking a little bit wrong there, but it looks like we have a new leader. It's another white car, so it could be Lewis Hamilton or it could be who else started up there? I've forgotten. So you guys will know because in edit I'll put up the top 6. Can we make the move here? I'm not going to make it. It's too much risk of an accident. But we're now side by side with championship leader Sebastian. Well, we were keeping. He's going to move in front of me. Yep. Thank you. Right, let's try and go on the inside here. Let's back out slightly there, slight touch of the brake. And we've gone in front. We're now in front of Sebastian Vettel. Can't see in my mirrors, so I've still got to be careful, be aware of him. On the inside here. And there he is, he's still behind me. Which is good, so we now move up to P4. Next target, P3, we're about to find out who it is, and with that we'll find out who's in the lead. Oh, I'm a bit wide there. Onto the grass. Sebastian Vettel very close behind me now.
Bart did it.
And look at that, look how close he is. So it's Jackie Stewart behind me, the other home hero, and it's Nico Rosberg who's in front of me in P3, which means Lewis Hamilton was in the lead, but he's not anymore. Emerson Fittipaldi has retaken the lead over there. As we got my braking wrong once again for Cops Corner, which is the, in my opinion, the most difficult corner here. Especially now with these amount of water there is everywhere. And not only that, but also there's no grip. Well, there's hardly any grip. As we drift our way into the into the hangar straight. Probably named because there's a hangar nearby. I don't know, I can't see one. Have to be really careful in these braking zones. So easy to get it wrong here. So that means Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg are in P2 and P3. That's not good. And someone's locked up as well. Why am I in first? I thought I was going into third, but no. I'm actually getting some distance now between myself and Jackie Stewart. So about to finish lap 4, going into lap 5. So far so good, I'm back into the points. Obviously, so far I'd rather get the win, so then I can continue my championship efforts. As the next race will be the Nürburgring, that's going to be very difficult to achieve anything. So have a good race here, then have a bad race in Germany. There's a nice balance act there. But I have to wait and see. I have to get this one out of the way first. So rain continues to pour down on the Northamptonshire countryside today. It's actually been raining in the UK for like the last 4 or 5 days, so it's very fitting. And I've also noticed my last 2 uploads have been in the rain. Well, last 3. Don't worry, we'll get a dry race eventually. Can't see any drivers. They've all disappeared. Apart from the ones in front of me, of course. Ooh, there's a bit of contact there between what I presume is Lewis Hamilton and obviously Emerson Fittipaldi. I think this is still Nico Rosberg in front of me. Lewis Hamilton takes the lead of the British Grand Prix. Still can't see the drivers. Oh, there we go. Still Jackie Stewart behind. Oh. So there's no traction control on these things. We've got a good launch though. And this is Nico Rosberg. Oh, I touched the grass slightly. Had to really fight the car to regain a bit of control. I could have ended very badly. But it's definitely in the fight for the lead, I think. I feel like if I could push a little bit more, I could definitely get into the lead. Don't think any drivers retired as well, which is quite cool. I know, Nico Rosberg's in the lead now. This is Lewis Hamilton in front. And Jackie Stewart is still behind me. I'll go for the lunge. Oh, bit of contact there. It's okay, it didn't put me out. I was kind of worried it would. But luckily, no. But Nico Rosberg currently P1 and Lewis Hamilton P2. A recipe for disaster. But of course, Nico Rosberg hasn't won in the historic F1 series yet. If he wins today, it'll be his first win. This is my teammate Emerson Fittipaldi next to me. The amount of water being splashed away by Fittipaldi in front. Let's go on the inside here, get a good exit. We could potentially get a podium. And there we go. There's the move. So halfway through the race, we are up to P3. Obviously, I need to keep hold of it. I wonder where Sebastian Vettel is. So a win for me today could send me back top of the championship. And even if he doesn't score points and I do, due to there being 1 point separated between the two, then definitely could take the lead. There's confirmation there in the pit board on my left. Nico Rosberg in the lead currently. Lewis Hamilton locks up and goes straight on. Very close there for Lewis Hamilton. Going off the track at Copse, a place where you really don't want to. Oh, no, I touched the grass myself. Need to be careful here, so I like to throw it into the corner here. Don't want to go and crash into the back of Lewis Hamilton's car. And yeah, like I was saying, very surprised no retirements already due to how slippery it is. See, the AI like to brake there, I don't. I just throw it in the, into the corner there. Lap 7 now. Ooh. Got my braking slightly wrong. Oh, full on sideways. Remember, no traction control on this thing. Just pure engine and steering and gearbox. That's it. And obviously driver. Now Lewis Hamilton's proven to be a little bit of a challenge to get past. And I feel like Nico Rosberg is going further and further away, but that's not too bad. And of course, if he wins today, he'll start on pole for the next race, which is in Germany. It'll be a home Grand Prix for him. A nice exit. I'm currently stuck behind Lewis Hamilton here. But, no, okay. I thought maybe I can just sort of throw it into the inside, but didn't quite work. Now I seem to have gained a huge gap between myself and P3. I mean P4, as I didn't see any other drivers behind me going through that corner. Didn't expect it to slide that much, so maybe getting wetter. But hey ho, still P3, still podium for now. Ooh, very close. There's a couple of cars behind me now. Obviously gained on me slightly because of that slight mistake. But no matter, still in the fight now. I feel like we might have the pace to get further ahead. Been a fun race so far. I've enjoyed it. Someone else is locked up again. I think that's Lewis Hamilton again. Jesus Christ. So wet. Have I told you it's wet? That's why I like to go through that corner. It's going to be even faster each season. Well, pretty much. There's going to be a couple of guys that will get through each season where they're going to be slightly slower than the previous year, and vice versa. But still, exciting times ahead. But still, no retirements. Very surprised. Don't slide, thank you. We're fine, fine. And obviously the fight for the season. Oh, gearbox slightly faulty. Obviously the fight is not all at the top, it's at the bottom as well. And gearbox, stop failing me. But yep, hang on. Could potentially make a move here. No. This is some high-speed stuff. Yeah, like I was saying, drivers can be relegated at the end of the season. I think Graham Hill is the most at risk right now. We'll have a proper look into it at the end of the race when it's found out, because obviously with no leaderboard I can't see what's going on behind me really. I think Graham Hill, he's had 2 retirements already and no points. I think he's the most at risk of going out at the end of this season to be replaced by someone else. Obviously 2 other drivers will also get that treatment at the end of the season, so it's even more important to score even just a single point. And got a good launch, could potentially take second, but I'm in an awkward spot. I might have to let him go. Okay, yeah, we'll have to get him next time. I was on a bit of an awkward spot there. But no matter, we'll get him some other point. Knock these bollards over, why not? Fittipaldi's still behind me. His season continues to go fairly well for him. He got off to quite a slow start after his incredible late season wins last year. And side by side. Going into Beckett. Ooh. Very risky. So much grass everywhere just to send you flying. Wouldn't be so bad if it was concrete, but no, it's all just grass. Slightly touched the wall there. But this is the penultimate lap now. Totally forgot. It's gone gone by quite quickly. Yeah, 11 of 12. All the water just been sprayed on my face just then. Can't see a thing. Come on now. We'll see if I finish here. It'll be 4 points for me. So I'm then on a total of 22. Go on then, Lewis. Show me what you're made of. Been behind you now for a while. Let's do this. Come on. There we go. Move down. I knew exactly what I was doing. I braked slightly just before the farm straight because I wanted to get on that inside line, and it worked perfectly. Now up to P2.
Mark did it.
Don't think we'll be able to catch up to leader Nico Rosberg. But I think P2 after starting P9 is a good result for me. And I think the highest that I'll start for the next race, the better. And luckily for the next race it's not going to be raining. We're on to the last lap now. Let's cement this P2 position. And of course whoever gets fastest lap will also get an additional point. So we'll find out if that's with me or not. Because obviously I can't see. Pitboard doesn't show me the fastest lap of the race. But of course as time goes by in this series there will be a leaderboard at some point in the future. A live leaderboard, so we can see exactly what's going on. I'll be very interested to see where Sebastian Vettel is. We are actually catching Rosberg. It's just so wet. It's been so long since I've done a dry race. Slightly off track there. It's been so long. I'm actually looking forward to Germany because it's going to be dry. Maximum grip. And we come around now for the last time. And that is the race P2. A pretty good result I think after starting P9. It wasn't easy. That was quite difficult in these horrendous conditions, as you can obviously see. Well, I hope you can see. But obviously Nico Rosberg the winner there. And well, I'll give him a celebratory bump. Well done. Well done. Anyways, so that was the British Grand Prix. Let's go and go on and have a look at the results. And I'll see you in a second and what that means for the championship. Let's go and take a look. So that was a very impressive wet recovery drive from myself. And I think you will agree that was pretty nice, especially my lovely move on Hamilton. I'm sure I'll put a replay of that for you on the screen in a few moments. There's nothing much that really happened in the race, no crashes, nothing. It was all very clean and very, very nice. So as you can see there, just in case you weren't properly convinced, Nico Rosberg, winner of the 1954 British Grand Prix, and myself in second, and making up the final podium position, Lewis Hamilton, who are all hoping he can get his first win here at Silverstone today, but unfortunately P3 is all he can do. And not Enzo. Emerson Fittipaldi finishes in P4, and look at that, P5 Ayrton Senna. He couldn't get his first points in the historic F1 series last year, in the last race should I say, but there he is. Ayrton Senna, P5, scores a single point that will help him very much this season, and hopefully with that he might not actually go down. Jackie Stewart in P6, and Michael Schumacher, a very impressive result there, P7. However, what this means to the championship is absolutely massive, and as you can see there, Kimi Raikkonen couldn't improve the P8 position that he started and actually ends up in P10, but even more astonishing, Sebastian Vettel finishes in P11, an awful race for him, and obviously that means he doesn't score a single point. Absolutely terrible race. I don't know what happened, whether there was a crash or not, we'll find out. And if we look further down, Mika Hakkinen finishing in P15, Max Verstappen P18, Alberto Ascari, who this was a recovery drive for him, finishes in P17, so okay-ish, and Alain Prost finished right at the back, 45 seconds off the lead. So a pretty weird race there. It's all a little bit different. A lot of results I didn't expect. I didn't expect Nico Rosberg to take the win. He started P6, I'm pretty sure, and of course Ayrton Senna getting his first points in the season. But what this means for the championship is quite huge. So let's have a look at the standings then. So as we can see there, the championship standings, and Jack Palmer leapfrogged Sebastian Vettel to go back top of the standings here today and scores now 25 points after scoring 7 points in that race, and of course 6 points for second place and a point for fastest lap. Sebastian Vettel drops down to P2, and I'm sure now he will have to do an absurd recovery drive in Germany next week. And if we look further down, Kimi Raikkonen still stays P3 now with 18 points, but behind him now, Emerson Fittipaldi with 11 points to his name. He now starts it, well, he now in the championship 4th place, so very impressive from him. Alberto Ascari and Lewis Hamilton are now 10 points each. And Ayrton Senna joins the championship standings proper now with 2 points, and of course Nico Rosberg just below Niki Lauda with 8 points. His first points in the Historic F1 series and his first ever win. What a way to do it. It's brilliant. So with that, obviously leaves us a clearer picture at the bottom of the F1 championship F1 standings. What am I talking about? And Michael Schumacher, Graham Hill and Nigel Mansell currently the bottom 3. Pretty poor. So at the moment those drivers are at risk of going out and being removed from the grid for next season. Obviously huge names in F1, I'm sure nobody wants to see them being removed, but we've still got a lot of races left of this season. Obviously we have the Nürburgring next, and then after that's Bremgarten, and then after that will be Monza, and then the final race will be at Pedrolbas. So 4 races left, and so much more can happen. And of course a lot of you wondering whether there'll be a constructors or teams championship. Yes, there will be in future when it's actually relates to the season, but of course, as you can see, or what we have seen, Jack Palmer now leads the championship once again, headed into Nürburgring, which is going to be a very difficult race for everybody, not just him or me. And yes, so that was pretty impressive, very wet, and just for doing that I feel very cold now. It is raining for real. If I look out my window, it is raining very, very hard. So I won't be going out anywhere. I'm going to spend the next 4 hours editing this video for you on Sunday. So I hope you've enjoyed. That was a pretty different race. Nothing much really happened there, which is actually very surprising given the conditions. And obviously, like I just mentioned, next week we'll be at the Green Hell, the Nürburgring, the full Nordschleife track, but luckily for us it should be sunny. And until then guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and if you're new to this channel, check out some of my other videos as well, and if you want to, check out last season, and if you don't want to, you can check out the highlights video that I made at the end of that season, and maybe check out some of my other videos. I've done Le Mans, rallying. I want to do more sports car stuff, so look out for some videos for that, and obviously some more modern-ish stuff, so maybe 90s, 2000s. I feel like I've kind of left them alone for a little while, so I want to do them. So I've got plenty of ideas for videos coming up, and it's so difficult to know which one to do. Depends on my mood, really. If I'm in a good mood, I might try and drive the most difficult car there is to do. Anyway, I'm rambling too much. So yes, if you did enjoy that, leave a like on the video and comment what your favourite moment was, or what you think the rest of the championship is going to turn out like. Do you think I'm going to win it? Do you think someone else is going to win it? So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And until the next video, which will be obviously during the week as usual, have a good one, and stay safe out there. Enjoy whatever you're doing this weekend. Oh wait, this video is going out Sunday afternoon. Well, I hope you've had a good weekend, and sleep easy for work on Monday. Until then, see you later guys. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.